Now on WRDE Coast TV.
Some concerns about Oceans Calling from concert goers about the weather. What to expect, whatever the weather.
Preparing for the rain. How Hurricane Ian will impact local agriculture.
Now that Ian has made landfall, we are expecting the storm to come stumbling our way with strong winds and rain over the weekend. I'll tell you how bad it's going to get with my updated forecast information.
Temperatures will go down, but utility bills on the rise. Which customers will be affected by a natural gas price increase, and how local organizations helping with costs.
From the beaches to the bays, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News at 6 starts right now.
Months in the making, the Oceans Calling Music Festival kicks off Friday, but with upcoming rain and the potential for flooding, some fans are saying it's not worth it. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Matt Pensick. Welcome to our 6 p.m. newscast. Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams monitoring the path of Hurricane Ian.
But before we get to him, let's start first with how this upcoming hurricane affects festivities and also part of our industries that are happening all across the weekend. Right. The long-awaited Oceans Calling Festival. It is just days away, but as we said, unfortunately, the potential for severe weather. And while Ian's track is still being figured out how it will affect Delmarva, festival organizers say they are pushing forward with those concerts.
Right, and WRDE's Paige Marley spoke with concert goers and the town of Ocean City, all of whom are preparing for the concert to go on, rain or shine.
As Stephanie Weaver watches the stage get set, she says the show must go on, and it's going to take a lot for her to not enjoy live music.
I mean, obviously, if you have gale force winds and they have to shut down for safety with all the electricity and all that kind of stuff, then obviously you step away. But if they're going to perform, I have yet to melt in the rain, so I would be here.
But not everyone has the same positive outlook. These comments were posted on the Oceans Calling Facebook page. Some would-be concert goers are now trying to sell tickets on social media ahead of the storm. With the stages on the sand, a lot of concert goers are concerned about the waves and the heavy wind coming off the ocean. But the Ocean City Police Department says you should also be extra careful when driving through the side streets.
In the downtown area, even on a normal rain day, the roads can flood out very quickly down Baltimore Avenue, Philadelphia, St. Louis. We see a lot of standing water normally.
Oceans Calling Facebook posted that the event will happen, rain or shine. This futurecast is looking ahead to Saturday. What's left over of Ian is still heading this way. Everything in green here shows rain. But not everyone is seeking to find shelter. Some are just seeking a poncho or an umbrella.
Definitely going to bring a poncho in my little plastic bag that's allowed in and just hope for the best.
Selling your tickets or committed to go, the town is asking everyone to sign up for emergency alerts to stay updated with any changes. With coverage you can count on, I'm Paige Marley in Ocean City, WRDE Coast TV News.
Ocean City Police asking drivers please be patient this weekend and make sure you're updated on the road closures there.
Farmers and gardeners are also bracing for a wet weekend. WRDE's Charles Reinert shows us how Hurricane Ian could be bad for business.
Harry Thompson has been growing pumpkins for over 10 years. He says that the upcoming rain from Hurricane Ian will make things hard for farmers and gardeners all across Delmarva.
Corn that needs to be harvested when it's dry, for example, it's ready to be harvested, but it needs to be dry, and that's not going to be the conditions, obviously.
Thompson says right now is the peak of harvest season, and many popular crops like gourds and pumpkins could be damaged due to Hurricane Ian. Thompson tells me that the biggest threat for pumpkins, just like these pumpkins here, is actually still water, as it causes diseases in the pumpkins and also can cause them to split open. Other farmers, like Taylor Height, could be feeling the impact of Ian in a different way.
We do have a market on Saturday in Lewis. That's still kind of up in the air whether or not they're going to cancel it. That's always kind of the tricky part with farmers. You know, do I harvest? Do I not harvest? You don't want to waste anything.
Height is harvesting some of his crops, like ginger, early, as he worries about flooding in their patch. Both he and Thompson say any major rain will hurt them financially. Over at Wharton's Garden Center, Karen Fox has been paying attention to the upcoming bad weather.
You know, you always worry.
But she says that Wharton's is ready to bring in plants and garden furniture at a moment's notice.
We're a peninsula. It can shift. And we're a smaller garden center, so we have like all hands on deck if we need to move things.
Preparing for the worst, but hoping for the best here on Delmarva. With coverage you can count on, I'm Charles Reinert reporting in Sussex County, WRDE Coast TV News.
And gardeners and farmers we spoke with, they all recommend anchoring down any tall or loose plants and elevating flower beds if possible.
Well, I'm right there with them. I recommend that as well because we're keeping a close eye as we track the latest on what's happening with Ian. Struck as a Category 4 hurricane and with 155 mile per hour winds, 157, by the way, is a Category 5. Barely missed that. But right now it's at 130 miles per hour. And it is a big storm. It is as big as Florida, practically. And it's tracking to our north. And when it goes to the north, here's what it's going to bring with it. As we go into, let's say, from Thursday going into Friday, we'll see the first wave that'll start at 6 o'clock in the morning Friday. Then we start seeing wave upon wave, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Winds will be shifting out of the east. Now, here's where it gets real tricky. Friday evening, but Saturday. Watch all of these reds. Anything place where you see red, we have the potential of severe storms or even possible supercell thunderstorms or tornadoes. 6 o'clock in the morning Saturday, and then going into Friday, going into Saturday, we're looking at amounts that could go up to about 4 inches of rain in some areas. Now, we're going to take a look at this in a slowed down version in your full forecast and tell you more about the impact. But for right now, back to you, Maddie.
Paul, thank you. During the winter this year, the temperature will drop, but utility bills, unfortunately, gonna go in the opposite direction. That's because the price of natural gas is only going up.
And WRDE's Cody Decker is live in Georgetown. Cody, both gas users and electric customers, they will see the effects of the price hike.
Maddie, groups like Sussex County Habitat for Humanity here in Georgetown focus on energy efficiency, and that means that they help low-income families decrease costs. It's programs like theirs that families should look into ahead of the winter season if they are struggling financially. Families in Sussex County and across Delaware need to prepare for bills to get heftier. Natural gas prices are on the rise. They are up 60% year to date. According to the Energy Information Administration, 42% of Delaware homes rely on natural gas for heat. Matthew Hardigan of the Delaware Public Service Commission says this is happening for multiple reasons, but one goes back to the heart of the pandemic.
Natural gas drillers reduced production because demand was down, and they just have not been able to ramp up production as quickly as the market would like.
Jim Purcell of Energize Delaware says the demand for use of gas and electricity is high right now.
I think we can anticipate that the season is going to be colder and there's going to be more need. And there's also less assistance in terms of paying for those bills.
Along with Energize Delaware, Sussex County Habitat for Humanity has programs that help to decrease utility costs, including an insulated skirting program in manufactured homes.
Rising energy costs are a concern for everybody, but for those who are already living on a lower, maybe fixed income, those energy costs can really have a dramatic impact on their ability to provide for their families.
The price increase won't be seen until late fall, but now is the time to prepare for when it comes. The rates go in effect November 1st. There are plenty of programs out there that help with energy efficiency, as well as most companies offering payment plans. Visit WRDE.com to view some of the programs that are available. With coverage you can count on, live in Georgetown, Cody Decker, WRDE, Coast TV News.
Cody, thank you. The city of Milford has announced a power cost adjustment for its customers. Beginning in October, the pass-through will cause an immediate 6% increase in utility bills for homeowners and a 6 to 8% increase for commercial building owners. This is because the Indian River Power Station in Dagsboro was supposed to shut down, but it will continue operating as a reliable energy source. Sarah Bloom with the City of Milford says costs will still be relatively low than recent years.
It's a direct pass through. We receive the increase and we directly pass that on to our customers. But it's interesting in the chart that I sent, if you look back at July of 2017, that the overall rate, because our rate was higher then, so people were actually paying more 5 years ago than they will be effective October 1st.
Now, customers should see their bills start to increase in November.
Today in federal court in Wilmington, an Ocean View woman was sentenced to 51 months in federal prison. Back in April of this year, Joan Donald pleaded guilty of embezzling more than $1 million from her former employer, Dovetail Incorporated, along with wire fraud and tax evasion. According to court documents, over the course of at least 7 years, Donald took advantage of her access to the financial account information of Dovetail in order to drain funds from the high-end interior design company based in Bethany Beach. Bank records show Donald used the money for personal expenses, including paying herself a shadow salary and lending money to her husband.
Well, flu season is nearly upon us. Healthcare workers bracing for a surge in sickness this winter with other respiratory viruses going around.
WRDE's Heidi Kirk is live in Lewis. Heidi, doctors are preaching protection more than ever with winter ahead.
Matt and Maddie, with multiple viruses going around, it's looking like a tricky flu season, according to some health professionals. Last year, flu cases were down as a result of masking and social distancing, but this year we are expecting cases to bounce back. Healthcare workers are preaching both the flu shot and the updated COVID booster to protect against COVID-19.
So as healthcare professionals, we are hoping that everyone gets vaccinated. That is our greatest defense against flu infection. So looking at getting your flu shot this year, and then also understanding that the bivalent booster is available.
Many vaccination clinics are becoming available this month, including here at BB Healthcare, and they are hosting several throughout Sussex County throughout the month of October. With coverage you can count on, reporting in Lewis, I'm Heidi Kirk, WRDE Coast TV News.
Coming up, one of the best soccer games of the season featuring Indian River as they're on the road. Find out more during your sports highlights.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams. Ian has become the ultimate weather wild card for this weekend. This hurricane is moving overland but becoming erratic. We'll track it together and get some clarity as to when it's going to hit and how hard.
Stick with us on WRDE News at 6. A nonprofit is giving money to help local governments better access to electric cars. Find out when applications can be submitted for this grant.
But first, a new historic attraction coming to downtown Lewis, what it will entail and how long the project will take to complete. We're back in just 60 seconds.
Whether you're a breast cancer survivor, supporter, adult, child, or pet, come join us Saturday, October 8th for Women Supporting Women's 2022 Walk for Awareness at the Christian Community Center on WRDE Road in Salisbury. Get your team together to help this organization provide free services for those across Delmarva affected by breast cancer. Women Supporting Women, local services, local support. For more information, go to womensupportingwomen.org.
Farmers are superheroes, true conservationists. We are using soil health practices to help fight climate change. Soil health farmers are working today to protect tomorrow, using regenerative agriculture and climate-smart practices like no-till and cover crops to improve soil health. Healthy soils sequester carbon, improve water quality, and produce sustainable, nutrient-rich food. Soil health farmers are working today to keep Delmarva a beautiful place for generations to come.
This empty lot used to have a railroad track. Soon it will have a new display. It could look like that, all about Lewis Railroad history.
WRDE's Tori Seagraves shows us when it will be open and how the large project doesn't come without its challenges.
This is what the Pennsylvania Railroad, or the PRR train station, looked like in the late 1800s. This is what it looks like now. And this is what it will look like once construction is complete. A display of 2 PRR locomotives from the early 1900s will sit in between the Lewis Public Library and the Lewis History Museum. The display is intended to help kids and train enthusiasts alike understand the significance of railroads in the city's history.
Let people still to see them, understand what they meant to the agricultural and the fishing industry and the protection of the Delaware Bay at Fort Miles. This was huge.
Here behind me are where the locomotives are set to take display, as well as a mock train station. Being along the Georgetown-Lewis Trail, some say this will draw a lot of attention to downtown.
We have concerts here at Stango Park. We have 12 concerts throughout the summer, and so that's just going to add to everything else here. You know, it's a fun project. I think it's fantastic as far as I'm concerned.
But large projects like this don't come without their challenges.
The steam locomotive is a mega project. It's very big. It's a lot of logistics and expense to get this thing down here. So the steam locomotive will probably really commence sometime in the winter of 22-23.
Edelman hopes many kids will come from the Children's Learning Garden down the trail to see the spectacle.
And to see these young kids come out here and just the high energy, especially the boys, and I was just telling you earlier, All of a sudden, next summer, I can't wait to see them when they see the trains and everything. They're just going to go crazy, you know.
For more information and updates on this project, you can visit my article at WRDE.com. With coverage you can count on in Lewis, I'm Tori Seagraves, WRDE Coast TV News.
It's never too early to start planning for the weekend, so we invite you to join Draper Media's Shore Living Expo this Saturday at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. It's from 10 to 4. There'll be demonstrations, activities for the kids, and vendors dedicated to helping you enjoy all Delmarva has to offer. And it's completely free of charge. So join us for the Shore Living Expo this Saturday at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. That's happening in Salisbury.
Well, we have major concerns that Hurricane Ian causing damaging winds and flooding rains in our neck of the woods, and the combination could cause more beach erosion and other complications. The latest tracking of the storm coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
Furniture Land's anniversary sale is going on now. We're celebrating 31 years as Delmarva's top-rated source for home furnishings, with incredible anniversary savings up to 31% off furniture for every room. Upgrade your sleep and save 31% off select adjustable foundations, plus $31 local delivery. Now, transforming your house into a home is more affordable than ever during our 31st anniversary sale. Furniture Land, from here to home.
Don't miss the $10 million Armstrong Mill buyout sale right now at Carpet and Tile Mart. We bought it all. 80 truckloads of hard surface flooring, 1,400 pallets of waterproof LVP, 3 million square feet of vinyl rolls, and more. You'll never see discounts like these again. Plus, pick, pay, take it away, or we'll install your carpet as soon as you say, for free. Hurry in and save now. Only at Airbase Carpet and Tile Mart.
At Window World at Delmarva, we want to make your old roof new again. One of the only certified CertainTeed Select shingle masters on the shore, offering the best product and labor warranties.
Giving you a worry-free roof that lasts.
Call Window World at Delmarva today.
Hi, I'm Joel Wharton, Sussex County farmer. Don't wait until after harvest to plant your cover crops. Consider broadcasting or interseeding cover crops into your standing cash crop. Early establishment provides more growth potential and more soil armor over winter. It also saves time because after harvest, the cover crop is already growing and protecting the soil, cycling nutrients, and preventing erosion. To learn more about the benefits and ways to establish cover crops early, contact the Sussex Conservation District because every acre counts.
Choose your own adventure during Jeep Adventure Days at McGee Motors.
Start a whole new chapter in a Jeep Compass, now just $228 a month.
Imagine the possibilities of a Ram Bighorn with 0% plus rebates, or choose a 4x4 Ram Warlock for $289 a month.
Turn the page to a Jeep Cherokee, now $424 a month.
Or choose an adventure big enough for the whole family. Jeep Wagoneer with free financing for 72 months.
Choose your own adventure
At McGee Motors in Georgetown, a family tradition since 1948.
Is there a doctor in the house? Please welcome Chandra Wilson! We get into all things grave.
You can't, block a blessing.
Come join the fun of the Jennifer Hudson Show.
Thursday at 2 on WRDE.
Obviously, we're going to talk about how Ian's going to threaten us. But first of all, today, we had a high of 72, a low of 47 degrees. And currently, we are holding at 68 degrees in Georgetown, 66 in Lewis, Rehoboth Beach, Bethany Beach, and 65 in Ocean City. And the winds right now, relatively calm, but this is going to change dramatically as we go into the weekend because although we have some relatively pedestrian advisories in effect along the coast for us right now, the big story is this storm here. This is Ian, hit as a Category 4 hurricane at 155 mile per hour winds this afternoon at about 3:04. And it was only 2 miles per hour shy of being a Category 5. But this weekend, that same storm is going to bring us concern for wind damage, moderate concern. Not so much with tornadoes, but flooding concerns will be on the high side for this weekend, particularly Sunday. And then storm surge, moderate concerns there as well. So here's what we're concerned with the tropical impacts of Ian, which right now is actually holding at 130 mile per hour winds with gusts occasionally at 180. You see this tracking? It's been augmented a little bit, swinging out in the water a little bit, so it could get a little stronger because as it moves over water, that's where it gets its fuel, like the Energizer Bunny with the drum, boom, 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 right? So we're looking at the futurecast indicating we'll see those scattered showers begin to move in by Friday, but watch what happens by, let's say, Saturday. You see, we're looking at isolated pockets of red, indicating we could see some severe storms pop through that could be significant. Then the amount of rain, where you see orange and red, 3 to 4 inches of rain, like for example, here in Milton. That's just the rain. Then there's the winds. And I know I need to get this into you quickly, but watch this. I'm going to skip right over to Monday because this is the spoiler. 51, 52, 45 mile per hour winds. We've got to be on alert for severe weather in our neck of the woods. So that's why we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 severe weather or weather alert days, Friday through Tuesday, and we'll keep you updated over the weekend. Maddie?
Paul, thank you. Energize Delaware introducing a program designed to help towns, cities, and county governments get easier access to electric-powered cars. The nonprofit says it has dedicated $5 million for the program. Energize Delaware says starting October 15th, applications for the grant will be available for local EV fleets. They can be submitted by anybody in local government in Delaware. Organization says grants are available for up to $500,000.
Indian River has had one of the top boys soccer programs in Delaware over the recent past few years. Last night they met against another top shelf opponent in Cesar Rodney. Delmarva Sports Network's Corey Nido has the highlights.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studio.
What's up, everyone? In case you missed it last night, we had an epic battle in boys soccer in the state of Delaware. Indian River and Cesar Rodney, two teams that were the Henlopen Conference title game a year ago, they rematched last night. This one was a thriller. First half, IR on an early corner. Great scoring chance here on a header, but handled nicely by Jacoby Schaefer in net for the Riders. On the other end, CR's Trevor Sullivan, too strong and had that shot sail over the crossbar. Later on the other side, Jordan Illian on the PK, a rocket blocked and corralled by Schaefer. He was great in net for CR, keeping this a 0-0 game. 3 minutes later, Illian again, this one a missile off his foot. Schaefer swats it out. Nearing the end of the first half now, Tad Glasser, CR standout, looking for the crosser but could not connect. Kai Kelly coming out of goal. Second half, IR with another chance, but Schaefer and the Riders denying it. IR again on the attack. Good looking chance, but this time the back line for CR steps up, practically in goal. Later, as regulation winding down, Sullivan trying to bounce one past Kelly, but he's able to make the stop. So 80 minutes in regulation wasn't enough. Jordan Illian calls game on one of the most incredible shots you will see at any level. IR wins 1-0 in a thriller. That goal, by the way, by Illian, number 2 on SportsCenter's top 10 plays earlier this morning. Congrats to him and the Indian River Indians on a fantastic win. That does it for sports tonight.
Every family deserves a mattress to sleep on, a table to gather, and a space to relax. At Alton Brothers Home Furnishings, credit problems are no problem. Alton In-House Financing works with you to get the furniture you deserve. Proudly helping families for 75 years. Alton Brothers Home Furnishings in Salisbury.
Jeff's Greenhouses in Bethel is full of fall favorites. Hardy mums and asters in all your favorite colors. Ornamental cabbage and kale, jumbo winter pansies, ornamental peppers, celosia, and large mixed mums. See Jeff's awesome selection of trees and shrubs. Plant your spring blooming bulbs now. Jeff's has them all. And visit the gift shop for all your fall wreaths and arrangements. For selection and savings, it is always worth a trip to Jeff's Greenhouses in Bethel, Delaware.
Pohanka Ford has your ticket to great deals during our Scoreboard Savings Event. The new Ford models you've been waiting for are in stock now. Get financing as low as 2.9% on new Escape, Explorer, and F-150, and drive one home today. And Pohanka has gold certified pre-owned vehicles with financing as low as 0.99%. So let us maximize the trade-in value of your old car so you can drive home a winning deal during Scoreboard Savings Time at the new Pohanka Ford of Salisbury.
It's kind of cute that she thinks I don't notice. But I really appreciate how she's always looking after me. Sometimes she thinks she's fooling me, but she isn't. Do the boys at work give me grief about my hummus? Oh, you bet. But it's a small price to pay for a woman who cares. Hey, babe.
Hey. You're always there for them.
Okay, we're all ready.
And we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
They made it easy to get the COVID-19 vaccine.
They answered all my questions and helped me understand how it works.
¿Y cuándo recibir la vacuna de refuerzo?
I take a lot of medication, so I needed to know that the vaccine and booster were safe for me.
They brought the vaccine in the community in which I live.
If you're an older adult and need the COVID-19 vaccine or booster brought to you, visit vaccineaccessde.com.
Don't accept no for an answer. You deserve a second chance. Oughton In-House Financing works with you to get the furniture you deserve. 75 years in helping families on Delmarva with their furniture needs. Have you been to Oughton Brothers Home Furnishings in Salisbury lately?
All right, we have a big surprise for our viewers. Let us meet and welcome into this world Cecilia Jade. Meteorologist Jeanette Gallardo's baby girl. Both Jeanette and baby girl are doing great. Cecilia was born this morning at 8:12 a.m. in Easton. She is 7 pounds on the dot and oh so beautiful. A big congratulations to Jeanette. We are so happy for her. Now for a look what's coming up in primetime here on WRDE. Chicago Med at 8, Chicago Fire at 9, Chicago PD at 10. Join us back here for WRDE News at 11.
On CBS tonight at 8, it is a new episode of Survivor. At 9:30, a new episode of The Amazing Race.
On Fox tonight at 8, a new episode of The Masked Singer. Then at 9, an all-new episode of Lego Masters.
Over on the Delmarva Sports Network tonight at 8, it is Stephen Decatur at North Dorchester Girls High School Volleyball at 10, Outdoors Delmarva, followed by the final score at 10:30.
Our chief meteorologist Paul Williams has the final check on our forecast. Paul, what are you looking at now?
We're looking at our first alert days kicking off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, perhaps leaning into Tuesday because the remnants of Ian will arrive, bringing with it a chance of 3 to 6 inches of rain and perhaps even 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. With all that in mind and stretched over that long period of time over the weekend, we've got to be weather ready, and I will be here over the weekend working with the staff, keeping you updated.
Paul, thank you, and thank you all for joining us here for WRDE News at 6.
For more news and local weather, download our WRDE News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we will see you later tonight for WRDE News at 11. Have a great night.